Start the video. This is gonna be our introduction to the world. Yo, Canada, the planet, YouTube, everybody.
New York.
That's New York or Seattle? Is that New York or Seattle? I don't know. I never been to Seattle.
I have no idea.
Never been to Seattle, just seen it on the movies. Never been there. I just have that here. This is all a green screen, by the way. Of something. But let's do this. This is NotsoplexTalk with Muffin. Introduce yourself.
Abraham Abesview. Out here, NotsoplexTalk. Debating whether.
Sorry, I cut him off already. I gotta learn. I gotta get good habits. Sorry about that. Keep going, my gentlemen.
Today we're going to talk about why LeBron James is the GOAT, why he shouldn't be compared to Michael Jordan, and just the dominance of a basketball player that has exceeded all expectations.
All expectations. The man is like Wilt Chamberlain and Magic Johnson put together. You heard it here first. Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson put together. Okay? And then he has the almost like the bravado of like Jordan, where you want to dominate the court, and he does dominate. He's a great leader, like CP3, one of the greatest leaders in all NBA, like Charles Barkley would say.
That's facts. That's facts.
Remember, when the screen goes off, it's because there's cats burning or something weird.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a beautiful bed here. I'm Muffin. You can follow me on Z Muffin Man or Muffin Man. Just Google the Muffin Man 179. You can find me. You'll find my picture. I'm drinking water when I was 17, 16. So anything that's the Muffin Man related will be me. I'm the infamous Muffin Man 179. You could tell that I'm kind of weird, narcissistic, because I said infamous. I'm only known to the 3 family members I have and the close friends. So,
not no more. Once this blows up, everybody's gonna know who we are.
Yeah, the 23 people that are gonna watch this, thank you. Share this. NotsoplexTalk. That's NOTSOPLEX talk, like complex.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
We are related. This is my family. We're here. We're family. So we look amazing. You guys are like, wow, they got the same shape, like heads and shit.
I'm weak.
We are family. So yeah, let's get this going, man. So hold on. Before I have to say this, and I'm gonna put this out in the ethers for the world to always have this.
Go ahead.
Why did you call me drunk one day, bashing LeBron? Mind to the people who are listening to this, he loves LeBron James, but I think he saw The Last Dance. He saw 3 episodes of it and convinced himself Jordan was a GOAT. So I want you to tell the internet, tell me why.
What you see, what happened was, I was watching The Last Dance, and I'm not gonna lie, as a LeBron fan, and as someone that's kind of teeter-tottering between like who's the greatest, watching The Last Dance paints an image of Michael Jordan that, like, if you are a Michael Jordan fan, you're never gonna see LeBron as better than him, and it does a very good job of doing that. But at the same time, you know, sometimes as somebody that doesn't really know who's really better, because LeBron James' career isn't over yet, so you know, can't really answer that question. But for right now, my thing is kind of like Kyrie Irving said the other day about Kevin Durant and how, that motherfucker could hit that shot too. It's like LeBron James is great scorer, great passer, great rebounder, probably the greatest all-around basketball player ever. But the thing about Michael Jordan is that he was so skilled, and he could hit the pull-up J, hit the fadeaway, and play lock-up defense. And so sometimes, I feel like a lot of people that like Jordan over LeBron get caught up in that. They get caught up in the fact that, Michael Jordan is more skilled. But if you look at the points per game, if you look at the averages, LeBron James right there. So
I'm gonna throw. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When you say that, it makes it seem that. Let's see, my mic's on. Yeah, you hear me? Okay.
mm-hmm.
When you say that, it makes it seem like Jordan legit. When he was dribbling down the court, every shot he was like a 75% field goal guy. You make it seem like 100%, like he had no blemishes in his in the 82 games he played. Like it makes it seem like he was legit always a killer, or Skip Bayless's of the world, or because we weren't just to date us so people could know, we didn't see Jordan. We were too young. We are LeBron's, like we saw LeBron. So we got to witness the greatness of LeBron. We didn't get to see Jordan. But what you're saying, it does make it seem that Jordan was an unreachable when it comes to efficiency. So I believe when it comes to efficiency, it looks like he can't be touched. Do you agree, or is that your contention?
No, I definitely don't agree because LeBron James is better efficiently than Jordan. But it's also like, it's kind of like people say like, oh, Kobe, like everyone says Kobe when they're shooting a tough shot. Like Michael Jordan, like always has that picture of like doing that crazy fadeaway jumper that's really tough to hit, and he shot it super, super efficiently. And so it's like when you picture LeBron does shoot a lot of threes. LeBron does shoot jumpers, but not really. Like the majority of his buckets come from close range, come from like right close to the rim. Like I think it's like 70% or something like that. I don't know where I got the data from, but he gets a lot of his points come from close to the rim. Now that's not a detriment to him because Will Chamberlain got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got all his points close to the rim. So I can't be like, oh, just because Jordan hit more J's, that means it's better. I feel like for a lot of people out there, the reason why they say Jordan is because Jordan did 2 3-peats, dropped 60 points on the Celtics, and he was just an assassin. And I mean, like, everyone calls Kobe an assassin, but Jordan was, like, better than Kobe at being an assassin.
Yes.
And he never lost in the finals. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Had LeBron never lost in the finals, I mean, there's no conversation.
Or no game sevens as well. So you have no game sevens, and then that killer kind of it was like, but the thing is that was a 6-year stretch, 3 years with a year off as well. So, but you have LeBron doing this when we're kids, and now we're men. We're growing up to be men, and Holmes has legit been in the playoffs. Like, all right, let's put it like this: when Jordan reigned, somebody who just went to college was getting out. Let's say when his reign was over, like just like graduated college, or they went through the associate's, bachelor. This mother lover, LeBron, has us from 6th grade to college of a dominance of like that. It's like what like, because remember, I think that athletes evolved, yeah, and I think that in the 90s and like LeBron came in 2000s. So in the
2003, yeah.
We had great athletes. We had our Iversons of the world, Baron Davis,
T-Mac,
Tracy McGrady. Wow, I remember the great Sacramento King teams and shit like that. Like his first game was against my favorite team, the Sacramento Kings, and he dropped like 20.
Cooked.
I remember watching that game because it was my favorite team as a kid. I love the Sacramento Kings. And the thing is that, going back to efficiency, this is where like Kobe Bryant, like he's the man. R.I.P. His soul, beautiful Kobe, putting on the ethers. We're nobodies, but just because we're mentioning the Kobe's name, Mamba. I didn't like him growing up. Was not a fan. But the point is this: he was known as a ball hog and a person who took like 30 shots.
100%.
LeBron was changing the mold by dropping like, he'll drop 32, but he took like 14 shots. Like, homie was.
It's crazy that you said that LeBron's like, what'd you say, like Will Chamberlain and Magic?
Yeah, because of the greatness of Will Chamberlain and the man specimen that he is. Yeah.
And so it's kind of crazy because it's like you said, we grew up watching LeBron, and so like I feel like I've learned so much about the game just watching LeBron play basketball, because it's like the way he plays the game. He's super efficient. He picks his shots. He doesn't like to take bad shots. Everyone's clowning him for passing Danny Green the other day. I don't think they should, because that was a beautiful shot. In fact, that just means that Danny Green is just a bum, not LeBron, for missing it. So
Yeah, I
I
just
don't
want to
have
ask you
anything.
real quick, not to cut you off. Are you recording this on your iPad? Are you? I'll do it because we need backups, just in case. Backups of backups, please. Because I'm recording it, but I just don't want something to go wrong, and then we don't have any file of this.
Got you. Okay, yeah, it's recording now. I got it.
Go
Got
back
it
to your
recorded
beautiful face. All right, as you were saying, sorry about that.
No. Then I kind of lost my trail of thought, but I think I was saying that that LeBron is just super efficient, and he picks his shots, and he gets everybody involved. But I feel like with the way, kind of like what you were talking about Kobe Bryant and how he was a ball hog, everyone expects the greatest player to take the last shot. Everyone expects the greatest player to.
Oh, you said he
whatever.
taught you how to play basketball. Like you learned because that's a big
Like how
thing.
to, like IQ, like watch the game, make a good pass, do pick and roll, this and that. And I forgot, damn.
My player legit, don't you know that my player is like mimicked with LeBron. Like the IQ, the playmaking ability of like I'm gonna pass you the ball, like the probability of it being stolen is not high, just for the fact that it was like LeBron has that accuracy, that bam. But if DeMar DeRozan is doing it, it's gonna be flimsy. It's not gonna get there.
Yeah.
So LeBron on a point, like, yeah, to your point, 100%. That's one thing that I noticed LeBron did to the league. He legit, when people wanted to be great, it wasn't like Iverson. I'm a scorer, killer, aha, do the crossover. Kobe, killer, just driven. LeBron, make the right pass, right play, be at all time, and then it looked like that was the recipe to win. So doing the right things, teamwork, whatever. That's how the Spurs beat them. When Golden State was so great, it was because of the. Yeah. Go off.
That's crazy because it really is. It's like even the Heat in a way, even Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra should know it best because he coached LeBron. Like the whole team needs to focus on LeBron James in order to beat him.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, oh, KD versus LeBron, and that's it, because KD's gonna lose. KD had to join a 73-win team to beat him. So it's like on your point, talking about how AI and Kobe, and it was just like being an assassin. It's like even today, it's like that. You got James Harden dropping 40 points a game, 50 points a game, and everyone's talking about he's the best player in the league. And then you got Russell Westbrook winning MVP, averaging a triple-double, and everyone's talking about, oh, he's the best. I mean, not many people are saying that, but there's definitely Russell Westbrook fans that will say that. But then you have LeBron, who isn't really known for his scoring, but yet, what is he, like third all time in scoring?
I think he's second.
No, because I think it's Kareem, the Karl Malone.
No, I think he beat Karl Malone this year.
What?
Yeah, he beat Karl Malone.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I'm like, let me double check this.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? So for me, I still feel like I'm still conflicted, but I appreciate LeBron. He's a beast, and in my eyes, right now, probably the second best ever, behind Jordan. But when it's all said and done, when he retires, probably gonna be the best ever. Third best ever?
He's third. Oh, he's third. He's third on the list.
Right now?
Yeah, he's third on the list.
Who you got? You got Kareem or Wilt?
Yeah, I had hold on.
Or Magic?
Yeah, I had Kareem, Karl Malone, LeBron. LeBron has 34. Karl Malone has 36.
He's gonna probably pass him pretty soon then.
He's number one in everything in playoffs.
Yeah. He's been in the playoffs for so long.
Yeah, so he'll be there forever. Like forever.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
LeBron
so
James
back to our main topic. All right, the main topic. Like, so the question is to you, does this solidify LeBron as the GOAT? Like, does it separate him from Jordan as his own separate, not that he surpasses Jordan, but as in he separates himself as another GOAT statue in a room of in a court of basketball. Like there's two, like there was only.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. Because it proves that LeBron James by himself, you can grab him like a chessboard. He's like the queen on the chessboard because the king don't do shit. The queen that kills everybody. Grab the queen, pow, and you bring him on a team full of bums, and he's gonna carry you to at least the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the NBA finals. The man that spent more of his career in the NBA finals than not in the NBA finals. And we're out here praising people like James Harden, praising people like Russell Westbrook, Giannis, who never even made the finals. Or they have, like Russell Westbrook made it once, and James Harden made it once, and got beat by LeBron.
Yeah, they got demolished actually.
So I kind of feel like the media focuses too much on hating LeBron and not appreciating him.
I think a lot of that hate also comes from the fact that when you are such a celeb, when you're such at the top, the mechanism of the beast is to tear you down. So because that's the inevitable that you're gonna go down. So they want to profit off that and say they called it and be on top of that reality. So when that comes to play, so when LeBron starts showing fatigueness, this like, oh, he can't do it anymore. They're like, I've been telling you that, blah, blah, blah. And I've been, so.
That's Skip Bayless right there.
Yeah, and it's part of the mechanism. By that also mean, what I'm trying to say is like the mechanism of what pays LeBron the high bucks. So if LeBron starts diminishing in like skill or let's say like just performance, his payability, what they're going to pay him goes down dramatically. So they're going to have to prove that. And the way you prove that is through the media talk, the whole repetition that LeBron is a bum. He's turning into a bum. So now when the Lakers are resigning him or doing anything, his corporations are like give LeBron money. They're going to be like, nah, we're giving you less now because look where you're at. Kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I think it's inherent in the system. If they do that with rappers, they do that like with celebrities mostly. Like they'll bring you up, they'll tear you down for the fact of economics, not because of malicious reason. It's just because there's an ebb and flow in the way, and we're idolizing LeBron in some sense.
Of course. That's crazy.
LeBron, the GOAT. So LeBron
Fact.
has cemented himself as another GOAT in the room. What else we have here? Oh, yeah, the stock effect. So, yeah, when LeBron leaves your team plummets. Jordan had a great team. So they left. They made it to the NBA Finals. Actually, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and got beaten by
Game 7.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Without Jordan.
Yeah, without Jordan. So.
And another thing, like, did you watch The Last Dance?
Yeah, I watched it. I ended up watching the entire thing.
Yeah, like it does a really good job of like showcasing how good of a team they had. Like Jerry Reinsdorf, or not Jerry Reinsdorf, the GM, fat guy.
Yeah, that scumbag.
What was his name? Jerry Krause.
Yeah, Jerry Krause. Piece of shit.
He was really good though at being a GM and building a really good team. Like nobody talks about how good of a team they were. Like the triangle offense was brand new.
He didn't even like Phil Jackson though.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, he didn't like him. He like, I hate what they did to Pippen, but it was Pippen's fault for not like taking the money he did and for being like what, the 100 and something paid player while you're being a GOAT of a man.
No. That's for sure.
Like, so to your point though, like, yeah, they did build a great team and a great atmosphere around Jordan. LeBron is that atmosphere and but the thing is that I'm gonna throw some, I guess, rocks at the house of LeBron.
But
everything needs to work right for him to win. Everything. Because LeBron needs to have an entire system all around him. And by that I mean like he could do his great performance, but he always needs like in some sense a scapegoat when he loses. He needs a reason why he lost. And it's like always the others or like management didn't do this. So I guess that's one caveat to it. Or that's one thing that I throw at his house of like him being like almost when you called me and you were drunk and you're like, oh, he's such a bitch. He whines a lot. That's one thing that I despise him whining. I hate when he does the chewing his nails, looking at his nails, and then stand to the corner. He hasn't done that in several seasons, but that's the LeBron. Like, I don't want to be part of the play anymore.
I feel that. Kind of like what he did in the NBA Finals when J.R. Smith messed up. Like, he just got tight. And, but I'm not going to lie, that had to be one of the greatest overshadowed performances in NBA Finals history. The man dropped 50 points. And I kind of feel bad for him. I feel like his teammates are always, like, stupid.
Yeah, and that's part of the contention. It's like you blame the teammates. It's always like, but that's what I like as a stan. The stan part of me said, but that's the story. That's legit LeBron's tale. It's like he comes so great. Okay, there's two things to this. LeBron becomes so great, like that you could blame the others, and they're like, oh, they didn't come up. But LeBron also has this aspect where LeBron could look hot on fire, and then completely airball, play kind of bad, get out of it mentally. And I've seen occasions where he does that. I think game 3 against the Heat, he did that in the finals today, this 2020, where he just he looks out of it. Turnover.
Yeah, he had like 8 turnovers that game or something like that. I was like, man, what are you doing, bro? Like making bad passes. And then what I didn't like about it was that the whole game, it seemed like he was like getting mad at other people.
Yeah.
But not blaming himself. So
yeah,
he still won. So
yeah, but that's a mixture of the reality of like where if you're gonna make this weird thing that LeBron's not the greatest, it's like because he doesn't have this like what Jordan has. Like it's a crazy gravity that I guess elite scores in which is not LeBron game. LeBron is not his game is not to be an elite scorer. Because Durant has that gravity, that power of like, I'm gonna shut this fucking game down because I'm gonna pop 2 threes real quick, pop another 3, dunk it on you, like, and it's just like it takes your breath out. LeBron will rarely do that because he's gonna pass the ball. Like
like he's gonna use his gravity, the fact that he's so good at driving to drive the defense in and then kick it out. But I think the one time I saw LeBron do that was Game 7 against the Celtics. He was in Miami. He dropped like 40-some points. He went off that game.
No, you talking about Game 6?
Game 6. There you go. Game 6, not Game 7.
Yeah, what got him to Game 7. That shit was sick.
That was a crazy game.
I was quiet the entire time they played that game. Like,
for real?
Yeah, I was quiet. I just watched the screen. I was like just watching, and I'm like, because it was gonna be over. We lost, and boy, LeBron was on like that's my favorite version of LeBron when he's like very quiet, not like by quiet I mean like facial expressions and not yelling at his teammates. Like shit go wrong, bite the bullet, go look straight and do the right shit. Or like robot. Pop, pop, pop.
I feel like that's why people like Jordan more, or say that they like Jordan more, because I guess he was more like that. Like I said, I didn't watch the games. I wasn't there for everything. Also, social media wasn't as crazy back then as it is today, so you didn't really get all the looks that you get today. So it definitely is, at the end of the day, LeBron James is immortalized into basketball history as one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. And, he's like the GM, the fucking owner, and the best player all in one package.
Yeah, his IQ, he's legit like if people play 2K, like he's like you're my player. You know how you do a little bit of everything? You steal the ball, you block, you do it like when if you're a small forward or a shooting guard or whatever. Like your ideal to get that A+ is to do what LeBron kind of does. Do a little bit of fucking everything.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Homie LeBron did it. It's crazy. So, like closing, like before we close out and shit like that. So, damn. Jordan never had AD. He never had AD. So
that's true. He didn't need him though. Look at what he did with Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen's good too. I mean, he's not AD, but I feel like the NBA back then wasn't as good as it is today, so you didn't need an AD.
I mean, nigga, if you're going against Karl Malone, Sean Kemp, you're going to need an AD. AD is legit like he's what could be in track. He's like in track to be your great big thing in the NBA. it's because it looks like he hasn't figured out the sauce, because he has a bunch of ingredients, but he hasn't figured out the sauce of the player AD is. Like, he has this weird mid-game, he'll decide when to kill dunk, but he just plays hard a lot, and that's like what makes him peak. But Durant, like an example is like Durant. Durant has this game style. Kyrie, they have this killer game style that we want to mimic in the courts and shit like that. AD doesn't really have this mimical game.
Kind of like Allen Iverson in a way.
Yeah.
Like in terms of Kyrie and KD.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because when I think about now, when I'm saying that, I think about Tim Duncan, how you don't want to mimic Tim Duncan's game. What's there to really mimic?
Fundamentals.
Yeah. So AD has this ability to become this. He is this wicked beast. And the thing is that we've been saying it for years. He's this beast. Like, there's this dude in the Pelicans. He's a beast. And this goes to my point of, like, if you're throwing shade at LeBron, like, LeBron needed that there wasn't no other pieces could do what AD does right now. Think about it.
That's true. 100%.
He's not Jokic. He's not
Heck
Embiid.
no.
Name another big man that dominates like him. Rudy Gobert? No.
There's none. AD, in my eyes, is the best big man in the entire NBA.
So now as you say that, we have Kevin Durant, who's the same height as the motherfucker, but set of skills are like sexy and just some crazy slithery style. Like, he got some sauce. Yeah. It's crazy.
Probably the most sauce in the NBA.
Yeah. Like, his jump shot is Kyrie. He's my favorite. Like, just the way he plays. Like, I wish, like, what the magician. I think he's a magician. What?
And him and KD. Oh man, I pray that they make the finals next year and the Lakers make the finals, and we get to see the Nets versus the Lakers in the NBA finals. That would be amazing.
Yeah, let's see what Boston do. Yeah, let's see what these other teams do. Because before we close out, like, the Clippers. I just got to talk about the Clippers. Yo, that shit's hilarious.
Oh, my God. I don't ever want to hear nobody talk about Kawhi versus LeBron, man. If we're going to talk about somebody versus LeBron, it's Jordan. That's it.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it, too, because that's like the whole – LeBron has cemented himself as a GOAT. That means he's ran away with the race compared to Kawhi, the Paul Georges of the world, mostly the Kawhis of the world, where it's like – to me, Kawhi also has, like, circumstantial championships that are so,
of course,
like, asterisks. Like, you were like the fourth best player in the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah,
the fourth.
And in Toronto, everybody on the Golden State Warriors got injured.
Yo, bro, and people, like, this has to be said out on the internet, and so people could get this before we close out. And just for this, like, it needs to be said. Toronto was a beast last year. They were a great team. Like, Paul Majuni, sorry I butchered his name, the GM, the Sudan dude, like, he did great. Like, Majuri, sorry I said his name.
Oh, Ujiri, yeah, some Ujiri,
yeah. I just have to say, they took the last juices that Marc Gasol had, the last juices that Ibaka had. They had a squad. They legit had a squad because they had a team for great 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and that just goes to show how much better Kawhi is than DeMar DeRozan, because DeMar basically had almost the same team, and look how far he got. But I also feel like
they left.
Like,
LeBron.
Look how far. Yeah, that's true. That's also true. And look what happened this year. The Raptors made it really far without Kawhi.
To prove the point that, like, no, Kawhi had a squad going
exactly.
He had a fucking squad. Like, are you out of
So
your
did
mind?
Michael Jordan too. But LeBron leaves the Lakers. I guarantee you, AD isn't going to carry them deep in the playoffs.
No, he couldn't carry them in the regular season.
Exactly.
They would have had a losing almost record if he had to carry them in the regular season, just for the fact that I think the offense completely changes when LeBron leaves, like the scoring, and they turn to this weird half court what the Pelicans used to do, and then it's like, all right, you don't got the shooters for that, and
yeah,
it's like,
this is wild.
Yeah, OD, man, OD. Closing thoughts, ideas, love for the people.
Like, comment, subscribe if you like the content. We're going to be dropping more sports content, not just LeBron talk, but all sports talk. And
talk in general, sports. We mostly this is revolved around all talks. They're not capped to anything, but they are capped to something that we're trying to capture you. So that's the goal. If you like the voices, you like what you saw, you like the content, you're into sports. We'll be talking more about as things changes, sports,
yeah, ever-changing
events,
reality.
politics, philosophy, video games,
Video
women,
games.
men, light bulbs, the kind of light bulbs to buy. Any last words? Abesview, Instagram, Twitter.
Follow me. Follow Muff. We'll be back.
Muffman179. Follow the Twitches, follow of the world. Actually, follow my Twitter, the Muffman179. Stay in tune. Gods Live the Mythos.com. Do the right thing all the time. Like all this moment of Zen is the shit that's left in your thoughts. Goodbye.